Hey, everybody. Just getting back to working on the guide, and I need to turn off monitoring because it's echoing in my head and making me a little nutty. There we go. All right. Yeah, so if you got any questions or anything, feel free to shoot them over. I do have a webcam set up behind me, so I can actually switch over to working on the SP404 if I need to just test something real quick. But let's see, where did we leave off? Have leaving add mutes. So let's find that one. I wish you could do a search, but every time I do this, I type delete, it comes up and well, oh, maybe it's working better. I don't know. The 2.01 or the 1.16 definitely had problems searching. It would be nice if these were hyperlinked so you could click on them too, but what we got? Looks like page 74. So to delete, add mutes. Press pad 1 through 16 to select the pattern you want to edit. Hold down the delete button and press reverse. Okay, that's not bad. I had somebody ask a question that I saw in the comments. I've been trying to take notes on some new videos to do. I also have to go make an update on a couple of those things because there's interesting behaviors for pad mutes, and you actually can't record these with the bounce feature, which is a bit of a bummer. So, anyway, mode, say, thing, pad mutes. What's this going to be? Maybe? All right. Let's see. In record mode, let's delete button, message pad mute mode, erase. Okay, so actually you can do this in two different actions, which that's good to know. Okay, so there are to do this. Is this the right way to document this? I don't know. Because I just write some stuff and then explain. Or is this just two different? Studio this, getting this, and delete pad mutes. Mode, press it. Yeah, reference. Want to edit. Actually, I think this deletes all pattern. Must delete all. Okay. Maybe this deleting all pad mutes. Delete all of into press all and message completed. All pad mutes. Pad mute deleted. I wonder if this also deletes all of the effects. I'll have to test it. Actually, I haven't set up OBS to play audio, so maybe next time I set up a stream here, we'll give that a try, see if we can test some of these out. But for now, put a comment test to delete automation as well, or just reading specific. This will actually let you do time. I doubt that you need to be doing the pattern select and well, let's see if switching over. Here's this one I might actually be able to demo while I'm cutting my head off. Let's see. So, pretty sure this pattern, this pad needs shift, reverse, domain, switch over. Okay, we can see that there's pad mutes. I hit delete. That doesn't seem to change the pad mutes. Let's go read this again. Hold shift down, reverse, remain. What I just did. Press the delete button. The message pad mute mode motion erase appears. Pad mute motion erase. Now you can delete the pad operations. The pad lights up blue. Oh, we're seeing that's not how I entered this, so I might on to record. Pad mute motion. I'm just toggling. Motion record. Okay, so when they turn blue, then you are in motion erase. So if I hold this down, zoom, it is deleting the pad mute. Oh yeah. Okay. That is Okay. So back here. Can eat specific head mute automation for a single head by entering by playing turn during rec mode. Toggle say enter add full sample mode toggle to full mode. Say pattern select. Ugh. Thought I heard that. Only I was getting a notification. Really awful. Turn on. Let's see. To focus mode for a little bit. For an hour. Sounds good. All right. Get notifications for calendar and things. All right, back to this. Toggle the sample mode by pressing pattern select. Then add by pressing shift in first. The name. See the turn weight tone. Okay. Bus mutes had you confused. What was confusing you about bus mutes? Uh, um, like just recording the EFX for it. I did just post. I re-recorded that 51:2 video. I tried to show that. So if you looked at that and it didn't quite answer it for you or show you the workflow, I can try and show you real quick. Oh, it's not going to turn blue until you delete. Let's see. Maybe this is just okay. To enter the mode and use to enter erase mode. Sure. I muted the EFX, or were you muted something else? Your pad mute. Erase mode. Press. C with the ads turn add mute delete add completely down add the of time delete add automation. I don't know if I'm making it clear enough or not for folks, but I will see what back. This is, as I said in the earlier video, this is a really, in my mind, this is a super handy feature because it allows us to keep some of that data and events in place without having to kind of keep copying patterns around. You can do some fun things with it. This is closer to how I typically think and do things on the MPC, so not exactly the same, but it's in enough alignment that I think it helps some of my workflows quite substantially for how I like to work. All right. So other than checking this comment to see if this delete and reverse deletes also the EFX automation, which I'll just test that later. I want to make sure that I have the actually coming so I can hear it. But I think that's good. There was a bounce in here. Down further, I want to make a. So I'm going to do that reference to style of resampling. The reason why I do want to do an update here because the bounce pattern to sample does maintain or does not, it doesn't take pad mutes into account and it does not take effects automation. It ignores that right now. I tried a few different ways to see if I could figure out how to get that to work, but it's not. Maybe I'll just do another one. It's triangle. I don't think it's not an info. This is just like it does not work. Recorded automation. Admission. Bounce pattern. Yeah, I've that's why had the comment up here, the bounce pattern to sample. The only thing I've been able to get to work is the resample. I don't personally mind using the snap feature, but the bounce pattern is so much easier to explain to folks, especially that don't quite get the timing of it. I'm hoping that they give us like an additional way to bounce patterns or switch it between this style where it does not print pad mutes or EFX, but it is what it is right now. And I still will take it in its current form. It is handy. The bounce pattern. Sure. Not print food nation. The is created to main X should need the resample and so snap to n workflow to get more This guide that I've been writing, if you go to here, I can actually it should just be .com. There's uh, actually there's a sub page on it. Will find. I do it over here. Maybe I can copy and paste here. Give you a direct link. So the other thing is I'm trying to get back into the habit of updating this thing. It's been working on it for over a year now. I was actually working on this before I started doing the videos, and but I started hitting things that I thought the videos would be easier to explain. Actually, the top blog post is the 0.26 download. But if you want it, here we go. This is the last one. It's still only updated for the 2.01 firmware. So, and a lot of this has just been trying to get myself motivated to update for 3.0 because there's a lot of cool features. I figured trying to keep making this thing handy for other folks. And you're welcome. All right. So the release notes here. Actually, given what I'd figured out, is there anything else I need to make a note of? VFX automation. I just want to make sure that well, they're probably the wrong back chapter. This is just so you guys know if you ever decide to write a book, it is a lot of trying to remember where the heck you did stuff because I haven't worked on this much in the last 6-ish months. It's a little hard to remember what the thing is. All right, I just was going through this section here. Chapter 7. So I have the recording exchanges. What was it? Oh, I have not checked to see if this carries over and works in pattern chains. I should still do that. So I'm going to leave that comment. The comment here, verify the parameter record mode and says we go so have this playing and we hit mark. Ooh, nope. Okay. Back to a pattern playing. Hit record. So we get into record mode. Hit mark. Motion start. Motion rec start. Okay. Got it. Start. Okay, that's display will output motion rec start. Okay. So I kind of have a note here, but this feels like we should put another little warning note. Say, no. Wait, I actually have that up top. Never mind. No sense in duplicating it. And just to make sure, actually, SIPE3, you were asking about the guide that I'm working on, not on the Roland manual. If you want the link to the Roland manual, it's not too hard to find off of their website. But okay, the primary record mode. Okay, got that. We can actually remove that. The pattern. Bounce back up here. So that's pad mutes. We'll add it. sequencer, right? Could be here. Page 71. Close enough. We're going to scroll back. Recording. Effects. Deleting. Okay, so it's delete and mark. So it is a different process. Good to know. Okay, so we don't need, I can get rid of this other comment. Because that is delete verse is different from, okay. Delete. I'm going to just copy and paste what I wrote down here. A little bit. Same text. This one's delete. All right. Delete all text. Say automation. It's better. Delete EFX automation while pattern select mode, press pattern edit. So that's the same. Press the pattern that you want to edit. Then delete all. Oh, you can delete specific ones. We're going to do the same thing. Okay. Stop bouncing all over the place. This has been recorded to the press. To the message. Operation complete. Check that second. All of this automation we delete. Pattern edit. Let's see, I don't know that maybe it doesn't matter. We'll go pattern select. Select pattern edit. This one says if mark word first. Doing something slightly. We'll just play it. Let's see if shift motion on the. That's just to enter. Oh, delete and mark. That's what we got wrong. Record. Go. Delete. That's just entering word. Word some. Let's turn this on and off times. There we go. It's turning on and off. It's not supposed to be playing. Have automation. Pattern? No, no pattern edit. Oh, no pattern edit for sure. Down delete and press mark. Hold down delete. Add from. Interesting, eh? Telling us we can. All right, just as operation. Okay. It is the same. As I told you guys before, I know this is probably kind of boring, but trying to just be thorough on these things. So operation complete. All of the automation completed. Okay, so we have a similar. So deleting instead sections. I want this to look the same. deleting all selection, deleting specific. I don't know, this might not look the same, but I'm just going to set up top. If you guys have other questions or things you want me to poke at, feel free. So, Brendan, you have been able to sequence external gear with two. It's just been kind of hokey. The thing that you were stuck with in what they now call MIDI mode A is that you could, each pad bank was associated to a MIDI channel. So depending on which pad bank you were on, it would send a MIDI message from specific or to a specific MIDI channel, and you only had 16 notes you could send, which became problematic because I get some older videos showing this, but you can only send 16 notes. It's barely a it's barely going to get you enough notes to play anything, and they're at a lower level, so it's typically going to be more of a bass sound. You then would need something external to modify the pitch if you wanted to try and do that, but we're limited in what you could get for a scale or anything. The new mode takes the pad banks A through F and merges them into one scale, and it will input and output on those. So you absolutely can do that. The bigger problem, I haven't tested this, but I believe that the problem that you're still going to have is that for it to actually send a MIDI message in firmware 2.0, it had to actually have a sample on it. Otherwise, it wouldn't send any MIDI information, which will result in either you're going to be double sending your or playing your sample and whatever your external instrument is, or you're going to have to go record a whole bunch of empty samples that don't have any audio in them. I usually opt for just recording these samples, but I don't know that that's the best way to do it. But it depends what you're looking to do. Yeah, yeah. So you'll like I'll just show you. Oh, I keep thinking I have the other view up. Um, so basically, where's my mouse? Over here. Like the one thing they did add though that's super handy is if you come out here, let's just we'll go to bank F. So if you don't have anything playing, you just do a quick record, switch modes, and off. So just do like a quick record. I've got an empty sample here. I can now tap it, and you can just copy these things real quick. And now I can play three notes. It's kind of goofy because you have to have something on it to trigger it. Um, I'm not going to bother turning the MPC on and stuff since I know I have it cropped. But I I will do some tests to see if it actually is sending MIDI notes when there's nothing on it. But the other thing I just want to show you real quick is if you go into utility and system, you go to MIDI here. A really nice thing that they added is if you are in MIDI mode B, you and this is telling you basically what your pad MIDI channels are. So right now with this setting, A through E are going to MIDI channel 1 and F through J are going to MIDI channel 2. This note offset allows you to basically go down almost an octave and you can go up almost 3 octaves. So it's going to allow you to reset that root note for your first pad, and then as you go up, be able to play different note ranges. So I suspect that for a lot of use cases, it will allow people to at least get their SP404 Mark II to work better with like an external drum machine that might start on, I don't know, maybe it doesn't start on C1, it might start on like C0 or D0 or whatever it is. and at least be able to use it to that extent for being able to either take from an external sequencer or use the internal sequencer to sequence something else. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's see. You said seems like it could actually be a pretty decent sequencer brain if they added some sort of track. Yeah, I also don't. I'm not totally sure how much Roland wants to have the SP404 Mark II compete with their other devices. So I don't know if this is just where we get kind of a half measure where it kind of works or not. But as I keep saying, like I'd rather have these, even if they're kind of half baked features. They're just nice to have. Even I guess I'm taking the understanding of this is what it is for a device. And I can only do so much, and all these little things just make it a little bit more flexible and be able to work in just a few more workflows. Um, all right, I do need to make sure I don't forget editing this. So you can delete effects, animation. The only thing is, I bet you this is going to probably erase all of the motion or erase while you turn it on, not just for a specific knob. So I don't think it's going to be specific. We're going to play the pattern, be in rec mode, hold mark, this shift mark, enter, enter motion erase by pressing shift and mark. We don't have the delete. Yeah, I would love to see one track, like the ability to have like one live loop or something. And I I don't need this to be an RC505, but just having one loop would probably convince me that much more to replace my Akai Force. I love the Akai Force; it can do a ton of things, but I also don't need to have all the hardware that I've got. So I kind of got the Akai Force because when the SP404 Mark II came out, I was really hoping it would do some of these looping things that it's actually starting to learn how to do now. And I, I don't know, I've really liked Ableton Live since it came out. The clip mode and stuff makes a lot of sense. So I think the SP404 Mark II can almost behave in that clip mode sense. It's not quite there. Yeah, and happy to keep deep diving on these things. 'Cause I just always feel like the 404 Mark II, the official manual, has a lot of the information you need, but sometimes it's not always laid out quite the way I think. And sometimes it doesn't deep dive into how things operate well enough for how I want to understand it. This part goes, yeah, the Chaos Pad. I used to have a, back with the second Chaos Pad I had. I love that thing. Um, yeah, and the home for it might even be J mode or something. It's, although its looping is more performance based and for the moment in time that you sample, but I don't know. Who knows? I'm happy to see where they keep going with this stuff. When the pattern reaches a point, I wish you want to stop. Oh, so this actually turns on. Okay, pressing shift and mark. which begin reading all X. Okay. And some of these things I guarantee I'll be going back and doing some more videos besides what I just kind of did for the 3.0. Looking at it, there's there's a handful of things I just don't understand what they in in the release notes, but and I haven't been able to find good information in the guide or not in the guide in them, but I'll keep poking at it. To okay, so basically we need to say to stop thing. Actually, it's not deleting all, deleting the FX automation from stop FX automation. Simply press plus plus mark to the FX option. Oh, I just got a message that I'm overloading the encoder. Whoops. Stop deleting EFX automation, so we press shift mark and the automation erase process. So if I go back, should well, I can't hear it. Okay. And we deleted all of it. Okay, so we're gonna go erase or go back to record, not erase. And record, hit mark, hit motion recording on. It's kind of silly, but should see. Okay. So then says I want to press delete and mark. So what I'll do, maybe for the just here. Was it my misunderstanding? I'm not getting into erasing this. It's still going. Okay. We're in record. Oh, it's shift. Not delete. All right, so shift. Let's just go for the second bar. Motion erase on. We're deleting it. That's fun. We'd need to record it correctly. Okay, so shift and that's what I typed in. You guys are going to make me feel like I need to get a Chaos Pad 3. Not until I actually sell off some more gear or something. My wife will make me get rid of more stuff. She sees more things show up. All right, so that does work the way I expect. I'm a little bit past when I need to stop, or actually, I guess I'm okay. But I do need to start getting ready for and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to say, guys, it's been fun. Feel free to stop by anytime. Just do, as I said, just doing these things. I'll probably move to trying to drop guide updates once a week or every other week, like as I like export these things. So we'll get 0.27 a little bit more going, and then get this stuff posted. But thanks for stopping by. As always, keep making music, keep having fun. It sounds good. It is good.